I'm Matt Ross, the writer and director of Captain Fantastic. This scene happens about 35 minutes into the film. There's a family you're seeing here, led by their father, Viggo Mortensen. The family lives in a homestead deep in the forests of the Pacific Northwest, and this scene is a part of a collection of scenes once they've left their home. They're out in the real world for the first time in a long time. They're out in civilization. Children are not banned from the outside world, but they're very isolated. If you look over Viggo's shoulder right here, you can see the Argentinian soccer team, a personal favorite of his. One of the original concepts of Steve the Bus was that something that production designer Russell Barnes and I spoke a great deal about was that the bus is a mobile classroom of sorts. There are books and clothes and kitchenette and a bathroom and bunk beds, and there's maps and a microscope. The idea was that their education, they would take Steve the Bus out in the real world to study, and they watched whales migrating at one point in the original script, but that was cut for budgetary reasons. So the scene here is the family being confronted with the real world in the form of this police officer played by Rex Young right there.
No school today.
Not yet.
The rear taillight is blown out, and the policeman comes on the bus, and Viggo has said to them, "This is your first real test. What are you going to do?" And the kids realize, as the officer realizes something is off here, they have to deal with it themselves. And that's George Mackay, who plays Bodevin, and he launches into a Christian hymn. And the idea was that Viggo's character would have given his children the Bible and the Quran and the Old Testament, introduced them to every major religion, Hinduism, Confucianism, and said pick one or none of them or all of them, and it's up to you. And this is an example of, the scene is an example of the family being confronted with certain obstacles and watching them navigate those obstacles. And so, logistically, it was a challenge to shoot because the bus is really narrow, as you can see, and we could only shoot back to front or front to back, and so there's only so many places we could put the camera. It was also about 110 degrees in the bus, and we ran the air conditioning between scenes, but I in fact digitally removed some of the sweat because the kids were just drenched. They looked like they jumped in a swimming pool. And finally he leaves, and it ends with "Power to the people, stick it to the man," which was a thematic runner throughout the film, and it comes back later.
God bless! Power to the people.
Stick it to the man.